Several flaws in the education system were highlighted as the Ministry of Education appeared before the Joint Select Committee of Parliament. The 2024 secondary entrance assessment results revealed a significant decline in student performance in English and creative writing. While the ministry stated that remedial support is available for underperforming students, some remain out of reach. More in this report from Kandace Jackson.
Chief Education Officer Aaron Ramratan is increasingly concerned about students' English performance at the SEA level. He highlighted that areas such as fiction, non-fiction texts, and poetry show the lowest levels of achievement.
English language normally this be in the range of 60% in terms of students' performance, and it fell this year. And we would have looked at poetry and graphic, as you would identify there in our submission, as being the key area or the key strands where that would have students would have dropped in performance.
This decline has been a concerning trend for several years. Anna Singh, director of the Curriculum Planning and Development Division, stated that the ministry has been training teachers to provide remedial support before students reach Standard 5.
And out of that training, the resources created were manuals. These manuals we have now circulated, but what we are doing in the year to come, and we've already started as well working on, would be to roll out that training to all schools.
However, Singh noted that teachers are not doing enough to use test data effectively to address students who are falling through the cracks.
They are not using it for the purpose, effectively for the purpose of diagnostic, in terms of identifying where there are concepts or gaps, or in terms of significant areas where the foundations that students need was not properly done.
A score of 30% or lower on the SEA exam is considered a failure, but the JSC expressed concern about students who scored slightly above this threshold. They believe such scores do not reflect adequate competency to manage secondary school demands. Ramratan assured that remedial support is also provided for these students.
Identified. So even though it's under 30% that we use as a benchmark, we also cater for students above 30% or under 50%.
Meanwhile, JSC Chairman Dr. Paul Richards expressed dissatisfaction with the efforts to address continuous underperformance of certain schools.
These are all government administrative schools. They're not denominational schools, which means the government has full remit over these schools. It's not a school where you have to go through a denominational board to try to make an intervention. These are completely under the remit of the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the Ministry of Education. So it's an indictment on the ministry.
Kandace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.